Welcome to the next lesson, Finding and Contacting Suppliers. And here's what we're going to cover. Our plan for finding suppliers for your top product opportunities, how many suppliers you should contact for each of your products, and what to say in order to appear bigger and more professional, to get better pricing, and to get better products. This is where our business gets real, because up until now, everything we've done has just been us sitting in front of our computer. But now it's time to use the power of technology to speak with real people all over the world. But don't worry, there's nothing to be worried about. We've helped thousands of people with no experience at all do this before you with tremendous success. We even have our own proven templates that'll help make sure that you know exactly what to say and when to say it. By now, you should have narrowed down your product list to only 3 top product opportunities. You're going to want to find suppliers for each one of these. And once you get supplier information, not all your products will work out, and that's totally okay. You'll need then to contact 5 to 10 suppliers for each product opportunity. Your goal is to get pricing, MOQ levels or minimum order quantity, production time, and packaging options. Then we're going to use this information to pick one product and to finally order a sample for it. Let's quickly go over the different sourcing templates that we've already created that you can use. We have the initial supplier contact message, the sample order message, the product and packaging options message, the price negotiation message, the pre-order message, and then the inventory order message. You can access all of these by clicking on the documents icon below this video. And all these are zipped up into one single PDF file. You simply cut and paste the part of the information that you want into your own message and then insert your own personal details, such as your name, your company name, the supplier you're communicating with, and the product that you're trying to get information on. The message you'll be sending out during this lesson is the initial supplier contact message, and I have that up on my screen right now. All you'll need to do is cut and paste this into your own messages and then customize it with your information. And don't worry, this message asks all the necessary questions and it'll make sure that you come across as completely professional. Before we log into our browser and start looking for suppliers, let's do a quick recap of where to look based on the type of products we're trying to source. For health, beauty, and cleaning products, you primarily want to source in the United States, or you can look in the EU if you also live there, although you might not find that many options. And to do this, we'll use Google. For health and beauty, that's pretty much anything that goes in your body or on your skin. Some examples are creams, gels, vitamins, and supplements. And we've recently added cleaning products to this list to give you more options to source in the United States. Now, as I mentioned about the EU, the USA still has the largest number of suppliers and products of these types to choose from, but it just makes sense to at least check inside the EU if you live there, because it might be easier to not have to import these products. Now, for everything else, you pretty much want to source outside the USA and EU using Alibaba.com. Most of the products will come from China, and these are products that are usually just too expensive to manufacture inside the United States or the EU. So here are a few tips you can use when using Google to search for suppliers. First, you want to put your product name in quotes. That's called an exact match to make sure you're only pulling up that product. And then you want to follow it by one of these 3 terms: private label, suppliers, or wholesale. Now, I would only do wholesale if you aren't getting enough matches using private label or suppliers, because we're not trying to find wholesalers. However, sometimes you will find that if you can't find enough real private label suppliers, wholesalers might be willing to private label for you. So we'll kind of use that as a fallback in case we can't find enough. Here's an example. So if you're looking for car wash shampoo, you would put that in quotes to make sure you're only finding the car wash shampoo product, so not everything surrounding cars or shampoo. And then you would put the words private label after it. And that would pull up a good number of companies willing to private label car wash shampoo. Now, if you start seeing too many results from sites that you don't want, such as overseas sites like Alibaba or maybe even Amazon, because we don't want to buy this off Amazon, you can remove sites by adding a negative sign and then site : and then whatever the site name is at the end. So an example here would be, we're looking for car wash shampoo that's private labeled, and then we would put negative sign site : Alibaba.com to exclude all results from Alibaba.com. And this could be true for Amazon.com or any other site that you start seeing results from that you don't want to see anymore. Now remember, Alibaba is overseas, so if we're sourcing some kind of cleaning or beauty product in the United States, we don't want to go ahead and pull up a bunch of results for Alibaba.com. Now here are some tips for using Alibaba. In order to limit your supplier search to trusted companies, you can check the following supplier types on the left-hand side of the screen: Gold supplier and Assess supplier. That'll make sure that you only pull up companies that have paid to be a member of Alibaba. That's the Gold suppliers. And Assess suppliers means that they have had an outside third-party company review them to make sure they are a legitimate supplier of these products. And finally, initial contact should be made using the Contact Supplier button built inside of Alibaba.com, and we'll see that shortly here. But after you do that, if they want to switch over and start using Skype and you want to do that, it's absolutely normal and totally fine, and much easier to do that because it's easier to have a real conversation back and forth without having to always send an email and wait for a reply. Okay, so let's start looking for suppliers. Now, when you do this, you want to capture all this information in your product opportunity spreadsheet. But follow along with me now as I go and start looking for suppliers on both Google and on Alibaba. Okay, so here I am on my product opportunity spreadsheet. And for this first scenario, we're going to be looking for something domestically in the United States. And so I've actually added another product to the spreadsheet because there were mostly things from overseas on here. I found one called Car Wash Shampoo. And I know that these type of cleaning products can be found in the United States. Now, please note, for those watching this training, do not try to source this particular product. It's at the very, very bottom of our criteria. As far as pricing goes, it's also rather heavy, and I don't believe it's going to offer a really large product opportunity as far as profit margin goes. And plus, lots of people will be watching this. I just wanted to use a good example for something that we can actually source in the United States so you can see how to do this. So let's go do a search for this. I'm going to copy the keyword of car wash shampoo. I'm going to put it into quotes and then put private label after it. All right, so already I can see that there are a couple on here. At the top, these are more shampoo. So even though we're not going to be looking at this because this is for hair shampoo, it's good to know that this type of beauty product, like we mentioned before, can be sourced in the United States. However, we need to move on because we're looking for car shampoo. And I see that right here, private label car wash shampoo by the Filling Factory. So let's open that up in a new tab and we'll go down a little further and keep looking. So there's another for the Filling Factory. There's Alibaba. And again, we don't want to see anything from Alibaba because we're just sourcing right now in the United States. So while that's on there, let's go put in the search term to remove all Alibaba listings. So that'd be the negative sign, then site, and then Alibaba.com. And that link should go away then. All right, if I scroll back down, I'm seeing the Filling Factory again, and I'm not seeing Alibaba. So that did the trick. So let's keep looking for more products. All right, there's one called American Label Company. That must be a label company, so that's not someone we would want. This Factory Direct Pearl Manufacturer. Let's open them up and take a look. And they're going to keep going down. I don't see anything else on here. Let's go to the next page. Okay, so I'm on page 3, and I see one here. It's by General Chem, and I see the word private labeling in there. So this might be another one to open up. We're going to open that right there. Now we have 3 tabs, so let's go up and start looking at them. All right, so the very first one is perfect. It's called the Filling Factory, and right on the very front page, they're telling you that they will private label car wash shampoo and soap for you. For pricing, you can call. For domestic companies like this, if there's a phone number on here and you're from the United States, I'd absolutely give them a call. Get that personal touch going. It seems to work better than shooting emails and Skypes in the United States. Overseas, people definitely want to use email or Skype. But if you see a phone number and you're comfortable talking on the phone, by all means call and ask them the same questions that we have in the initial contact template. So this is a good opportunity. Let's go add them to our list. All right, so on the product opportunity spreadsheet, what I've done then, and you'll want to do the same thing, is I've created a separate tab for each product that we're going to start looking for and looking at. So for example, we're going to look at the car wash shampoo. I'm also going to look at the mini clothing steamer. So since we don't want to clutter up everything on this spreadsheet or on this tab, I created a brand new tab over here. And here's the Filling Factory right there. I put their information in right here. Now I am estimating what I think they're going to tell us as far as price and MOQ, but let's go back and find another company. Okay, so the next one is Pearl. Let's see if we can see anything about private labeling. Nothing there so far. Scrolling down. Private label opportunities. However, I'm noticing something else. Pearl, even though this is a .com company, they are actually in Manchester. So if I was looking to source United States, this would not be a company for me. However, if I'm in Europe, this might be someone that I'd want to look to. But I will close them down for now. We'll go to the other one. This is the General Chemical Corp. And right away, when I go on their page, I see they have a private label program. So this would be another company that I would want to reach out to. And I'll scroll down. Here's their contact information down here, telephone number, and an email. I could call them or email them, but again, I'd want to ask them the same questions that we did before on our contact template. So let's go and copy this information over as well. All right, so there I have the General Chemical Corp. I'm keeping the website link over there, the date that I've contacted them. Now, I actually haven't heard back yet. That'll happen in another part of this lesson, but that is the information I believe I'll hear back. And so that's how we start tracking the different opportunities and the results that we're going to be getting back from the suppliers. So let's go and start doing a search now on Alibaba. Okay, so here we are back on our product opportunity spreadsheet, and now we're going to look for a product on Alibaba. So we're going to look for the mini clothing steamer. Now, one thing I like to do is pull up the original product so I can see the image of it, so I know exactly what we're looking for over here. Now, we don't have to find a product that looks exactly the same, but we do want one that's similar looking at least. Sometimes it's better to have it different because that way it stands out more, but you definitely want one that's comparable. So there's what our target product looks like. Let's go over there and I want to copy the keyword, mini clothing steamer, and we simply type that in over in Alibaba and do a search. Now you'll notice we have over 2,600 products showing up, but we want to narrow this down a bit. We're going to select Gold Supplier, and then we're going to select Assess Supplier. And now we're down to 716 products. That's a little better. And we know that these suppliers are going to generally be much more trustworthy. As a matter of fact, when you look, I'm already seeing suppliers that have been around for 7 years, 7 years, 7 years, 7 years. That's actually the same. No, these aren't the same. These two are the same, but up here, these are different. So you can tell that these are, our filtering has definitely brought up suppliers that have been around for a while, which gives us a lot of confidence that these aren't going to be fly-by-night people looking to take our money. That's why we like to filter. So let's go down and try to find some products that look similar to the one we're looking for. There's one right there. That's a very affordable price, $1 and to anywhere from $1 to $3.70. Let's take a look at it and see if it looks like something we might want. It has some other pictures of it. This looks like a pretty good product. As a matter of fact, it looks very similar to the product that we are sourcing for. All right, so this would be a product that we could actually contact the supplier on. I'm going to leave this open. We could always go down and look at some other things on here too. They have some really nice pictures, which is always good. They have the brush also, which is one of the items that we're looking to have added to this because our product we're competing against has that. So this is definitely a company that we'd want to contact by using the Contact Supplier button. Before we do that though, let's continue looking for some more. All right, some of these don't really look like what we're looking for. Here's one though, the VMart Handheld Battery Mini Garment Steamer. Let's click on that and take a look at it. And what's nice is Alibaba always opens up a new tab so you don't lose where you're at. We'll look at the pictures here. And again, these pictures look pretty nice. Let's see, let's go down and see though if they have more pictures. Here we go. Again, another nice picture. This one has the brush as well. This one has the clear back, similar to the one that we're looking for. This has a clear back where the water goes. There we So again, this looks like it might be a nice product opportunity. Let's check the pricing out. So minimum MOQ of 1,000 pieces. Not too bad. We can always negotiate that. This one's more expensive, somewhere between $5.50 to $7, but chances are there's a reason for that. It's either product quality or maybe it has more features that were not unavailable on the other one, the first one we looked at. So these are this is definitely another one that we'd want to reach out to and contact the supplier. So let's actually send an email right now so we can show you how to do that. So I'm going to click the Contact Supplier button. Then I'm going to cut and paste in the supplier initial contact template. I have my own version of that down here. This is the initial supplier contact message. Yours will be in a PDF format right below this video, but I want to copy this in. Let's go back over here and I'm going to paste it in the message. There we go. I'm also going to make this a little bigger so we can all see this easier. Now, the one thing you have to be able to do, you need to make sure we customize this so it doesn't have any of these generic things in here. Let's take out that. All right, we want to add in the person's name. So this person's name is up here. It's Cassandra Liu, it looks like, from the V-Mart Electric Tech Company. So let's go in and enter that in. All right, then we need to put our full name in down here. So my name is Mike McClary, and I am the owner of Mike McClary Co., or whatever my company name is, a company specializing in, and let's say that I am in kitchen, or home and kitchen products. Home and kitchen products. We are currently looking to expand our product line and are interested in one of the items I manufacture. And then I want to insert this product right here. And we'll just type this in. This is the V-Mart handheld. And I know there's some spelling errors up there, but we'll correct them here. Battery, power, mini, garment, steamer. So I could have just cut and paste this from up here, but it's just easy just to type it down in there. So now we're asking them, could you please provide me with the following additional information so that we can determine if this is a good fit for our product line? Are you able to provide custom packaging? What color logo options do you offer? What is the standard production time for each order? And then I'm asking for pricing, which includes packaging at the following MOQ levels. Now don't worry, we're not actually going to order 5,000 units. You could if you want to, but the reason we're asking for this is that we want them to know that we're thinking of the future and that we want to grow bigger, and we want to know what kind of savings we'll get when we are ready to order more quantities. By doing this, this is going to automatically put that thought into their mind and make them much more apt to give us a better price right now. I'm also asking them for some other information in order to estimate shipping costs. How many of their products come in a case, and then what the dimensions are for that case. And I'm going to show you a slick little tool later on that will help us estimate even ocean freight for these products. Then I just thank them for their time, and I need to make sure I put in my name, Mike McClary. My title would be owner, and Mike McClary Company. All right, so the only thing I need to do right now is click on Send Inquiry, and usually within 12 to 24 hours, I will find a response back from this company. And that's all there is to it. It's incredibly simple to search for products and suppliers on Alibaba, search the different products to find ones that look similar or viable to what you're looking for, and then send an email right from inside Alibaba to the companies and sit back and wait for them to reply to you. Now, keep in mind, I just sent one email to one supplier for one of our products. And what we really need to do is make sure that we contact at least 5 to 10 suppliers for each one of our products. And I know that sounds like a lot of work, and it can take a little bit of time to do, but trust me, the more suppliers that you reach out to and the more responses you get back, the better your end result will be. So you put in a little bit of time now, and it all pays off in the end. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and actually contact more people, but if I were to, I would simply go to the next product on my list, make sure that everything on here is what I'm expecting as far as the pricing goes and the MOQ. Then I click on Contact Supplier, paste in my initial contact template again, customize it, and hit Send. I would do that 5 to 10 times for every single product. So now you know exactly how to find and contact multiple suppliers for each product opportunity, whether they're locally and domestically by using Google, but more than likely using Alibaba to take advantage of the millions of products that are available from anywhere in the world. So right now, I want you to go out there and start finding and contacting at least 5 to 10 suppliers for your 3 top product opportunities. Then, in the next lesson, we're going to learn how to better estimate our true profit so that when our suppliers actually get back with us, we can finally determine which products to order our samples for. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next lesson.